So I want to address today a topic that is dear to my heart, that I think will be dear to yours as well. Um, it is. It has to do with one of the more pressing issues of today. A lot of my listeners have been coming to me saying, "Hey, PabbyFab, listen, you got to keep up with what's happening in the YouTube community. You got to complete the Holes Challenge." And I say, What is the Holes Challenge? I've never heard of that. And they say, "You don't know what the Holes Challenge is. It's what everyone is doing these days. It's how you make it big. It's how you become a star. You got to commit. You got to complete the Holes Challenge." And I say, "Okay, lay it on me. What's the Holes Challenge?" And they say, "Listen, it's easy. There's only one step. You just have to talk about the movie Holes and the implications of the movie Holes for 4 minutes." And I say, "Easy. I can do that. Listen, I've been a Holes boy my whole life." That's not a pun. I'm being serious. So the Holes Challenge starting now. Okay, so the movie Holes, it's about a young man. His name is Stanley Yelnats. The movie begins. I should mention the movie is based on a fictional, but it's fiction story written by Louis C.K., starring the protagonist Stanley Yelnats. So the beginning of the movie, it opens up, having a great time. We're all at the pool. All of Stanley's friends are at the pool or having a pool party. And then they're arrested. And they don't know why they're arrested. They know they're happy about being arrested though. And so they're on the bus and suddenly they're dropped off and they're in a desert world. It's a different planet. It's filled with holes. And the big mean boy who's just been released from prison, along with his big mean girlfriend, they say, "Listen, all these holes, right? You gotta fill them in. You gotta fill these holes in. That's your job." And they say, "What? I was just at a pool party with my friends, and then all of a sudden I get arrested." And I say, "Why am I arrested?" And they say, "You know what? You're arrested because you're being arrested." And I say, "That's not fair. This is not only you're unlawfully holding me, but it's not only that, it's unlawful because it's cruel and unusual punishment. You can't make a team fill in holes. Sure, that sounds like great cinema, but you can't do that. You can't do that to little kids. So me and all my friends were here, and we're not gonna do it. And then all of a sudden, it's a couple weeks later, they're just filling in those holes, and it's not great because there's lizards, and there are lizards in the holes. But the thing about the lizards is that they only run away. They only run away from the young men. And so they're filling in these holes, and they're wondering why they're doing it. And there's a whole conspiracy. It's a Holes conspiracy, and it's about how the owners, the proprietors of the desert planet Arrakis, were trying to fill in their holes using young labor in order to hide their spice. And so there's no treasure. It's a common misconception that it's about treasure. There's no treasure in the movie Holes. They're just trying to fill in all these holes. And that's the plot. You got a movie. And that's how it goes. So Louis C.K. and his infinite wisdom created this universe called Holes, featuring Stanley Yelnats. And the movie is one of, if not the only, movie that can be watched forward or backwards and it still remains the same movie. And there's a few schools of thought as to why that is the case. One of the more potent examples, evidence, is that the protagonist, his name is Stanley Yelnats. It's a palindrome. The protagonist's name can be said forward or backward. Therefore, the movie can be watched forward or backward. You get a palindrome protagonist, you get a palindrome movie. And that's the plot. And so, my next point is that the movie Holes, a gripping, engaging film about the filling in of holes, It's a great movie. Number one, because it's a mystery. Who dug all those holes in the first place? No one knows. It never even addresses that issue in the movie. There are holes there, and it's the desert planet of Arrakis, the Dune planet, and there's no evidence or there's no reason to believe that the kids dug those holes. So who dug them? No one knows. It's to this day unknown. Now there's a school of thought that I would like to explore while I'm completing the holes challenge, is that Sam, our good buddy Sam, the former slave who assists the other character, she asks for his help, and he says, I can fix that. And so my theory, where I'm going to put all my marbles, is that Sam from Holes, someone came to him and said, hey, can you help me dig all these holes? And Sam said, I can fix that. And so now we got the holes, and then we got a movie. So that's the plot. So we've got a lot of moving parts here. I know it's a lot of information. It's pretty nuanced. I know it's not easy, but that's the movie. That's my theories. That's the Holes challenge. So tune in next week for something else stupid.